What's up, Multiverse Savior? And today we're back for more medieval fantasy RPG, The Wizard's Choice. And last episode we fought a vampire, a demon vampire, and I almost got wrecked. But thanks to Narisa, she saved my life. And now we're gonna continue our journey and try to save the whole city. So okay, let's just continue. Okay. There's one, a guard of some sort, I suspect, on the balcony. Narissa points through the window. Tighten up, security, I see, you say glumly. Alas, these sentries will have a view of the streets nearby. We cannot climb the walls or hope to use any back entrance this time. And what is this? Narissa points down at three men, two of which are dragging along a struggling woman whose wrists are bound and mouth gagged. The two dragging the woman carry swords. Okay. The third leads the others with a lantern held high. Okay. Villains! Quick, we must eat her! Nerissa exclaims. No, the temple guards will see us and so we lose the element of surprise. You grab her arm as she turns toward the door. We must watch for now and learn. She returns to your side, breathing hard, her eyes boring down on the scene below. The men drag the woman up to the front doors of the temple. The doors open for them. The man in front steps out of the way as the other two shove the woman toward the threshold. The men then turn back and start walking back the way from which they had came. The woman does not run away. Instead, she walks forward, her gaze fixed ahead, straight into the temple. Temple of Eternal Love, Neville Scott. You sit. I think we have established that the name is somewhat ironic. What I would like to know is why did she not run away when those scum let her go? Shh! Listen, you say. After a moment you decently hear it, a voice, more than one, and then the doors of the temple slam shut. How disturbing, you say. Well, wizard, I believe our time of observation is over. I will not stand by and watch any more of this wickedness. The temple doors appear to be unbarred. Perhaps you can pull me up there, bound and gagged, and the guards on the balconies above will think it all very good sport. A fine ruse, perhaps, you say. However, let us also consider the three thugs marching back into the city. Perhaps you and I shall have a talk with them. God knows I would like to mete out justice to the trio. Nonetheless, in the meantime, what fate befalls that helpless woman? She asked. What do you do? I wish we could get help. Okay. Wait. But I want to boost survival stats first. It's 9. Let's add 1. No, add 1. Okay. I think that would be enough. Should we capture? I think this will lead into a fight. Let's use the captive trick. Soon you have a rope around Nerissa's neck and are pulling her up to the temple doors. Her hands are clasped behind her, hidden under your cloak that she now wears. You look all around in search of danger, but all is still. The doors open as you approach. Out of the threshold drips the most beautiful song you have ever heard. You immediately begin bawling with joy as you drop the rope around Nerissa's neck and walk in. The temple entrance chamber has high, ornate, vaulted ceilings. There are statues of all manner of beasts inlaid on the walls, and the bodies of these statues burn bright with magical green fire. On the floor, a few paces ahead, is what looks like a severed and mangled leg. Looking over toward the source of the wonderful song, you see three creatures take flight from a ledge built into a wall ahead. Wait, are they vampires again? But their wings doesn't look like bat wings. Let's see. The creatures soar up into the air using mottled bird wings. Yeah, bird wings. Their upper bodies are of human women. Are they harpies? Mostly naked and smudged with blood and grime. Their lower bodies resemble vultures with large cruel talons. As they sing, you can see the glint of sharp teeth. They begin a slow circling descent. The one in the lead has a long dagger clenched in one fist. What blessed beings! It's as though the gods themselves are singing, you think. Basically, I died. So I died. With a broad leering smile, one of them swoops down and snatches you in the air. Her talons cut into your shoulders, but you don't care. In fact, you feel great. What a gorgeous world you live in. Oh my god, I get it now, yeah. Got trapped by the song. You are dropped off in a nest of sorts. A mud bed of straw strewn with dung and various garbage. There is someone else in the nest, a man, although you don't register anything else about him before the creature lands on top of you. When she bites into your armpit, you begin to have doubts. Gods, she is beautiful. Beguiled. Harpies, yeah, harpies. Must break free. The thoughts stream through your head. Alas, you finally succumb to your wound and collapse. Jesus Christ, I hate harpies. Okay, so yeah, that killed me. So now we're gonna try to capture one of the trio. Yeah, let's capture one. The two of you scramble out of the house and run up an alleyway toward where you last saw the trio of thugs. Remember, wait, who's speaking? Remember, when we need only take one of them alive. Narissa whispers from behind as you peek around the corner. The three walk the street ahead with their backs to you. You think you could easily kill one of them with a firebolt as Narissa charges down upon the second. That will leave one left. On the other hand, perhaps you could charm one and gain their aid. A sleep spell is another fine possibility, although expensive in mana. They will not expect it and will likely all go down without a fight. Wait, don't wanna use firebolt. Wait, if I charm on the other hand, perhaps you could charm one and gain their aid. Maybe we could charm one. Let's charm the Lantern Man. Like the one with the lantern might be the leader, best to control those who command. You reason. You and Arisa ducked back down the alley, ran up a road parallel to the one the tug are on, and hooked back over through another adjoining alley. There you wait in the shadows. A few seconds later, the tree passes nearby. You step forward and release the spell at the lantern bearer. You feel a connection made, but it is weak. This one is not so feeble-minded. You realize the man puts his hands to his head as though he has a sudden terrible headache. They were up to trouble, so they expected trouble. You think disappointedly. This fighting man seemed to have some measure of skill, and with Narisa outnumbered 2 to 1, you feel you must help somehow. You would rather not use any more spell with Narisa engaged in close combat. Instead, you close in with your dagger. You do not intend to do a serious attack, you're just distracted. As you draw near to taunt them, one slashes out at you suddenly and casts into your side. Fortunately, the wound is not too deep and you are able to jump out of the way of his next swing. Nerissa exploits this opening and manages to land a nasty blow on the back of the neck of your attacker. There is the sound of steel against steel as the other man slashes against Narissa's chainmail. She staggers backward but seems more or less uninjured. You run around to the other side of the swordsman to cut off his escape. This would have likely been a mistake since he now charges at you, but Nerissa has your back, or actually his back, as she lunges forward and bashes the side of his leg. Will I carry a sword or something? Just dagger? He bagels and goes down. Nerissa then brings the mace down on his sword hand, smashing it against the street. He screams in pain and the sword clatters away. Meanwhile, the one you cast the charm spell on has... come on. He begins chanting what you presume is an evil prayer, but is cut short by Narissa's mace. What happens if I use the sleep spell? I wonder. Oh, maybe the others will fall asleep. In a quavering voice, the man with the crash surrenders. You bind him as Narissa watches mace at the ready. You then drag him and the bodies of his companion to the dark alley. On whose order did you do this? On whose order did you do this? Nerissa asked. Our orders are to feed the monsters with the meat they prefer above all other, human flesh. It is said this beast prefer children's flesh above all else, says the swordsman. Nerissa eyes widen as she adjusts her grip on her weapon. Don't you go to be eaten willingly? You asked. Not by their will. No, the flying horrors within the temple sing a bewitching song few can resist. And why do you not follow their summons too? Asked Nerissa in a sitting voice. As we near the temple doors, we stop our ears with this. The swordsman pulls 2 oblong ovals of wax. Wax from his packet. You rummage through the packet of the 2 nearby corpses and find a set of earplugs on each of them. Nerissa makes a face when you hand her a pair, but reluctantly takes them. Who orders you to do this? Nerissa asks. I know not her true name. She is known as the Good Lady. She is certainly high-born. She has such eyes. You know her not, and yet you do her bidding? You ask. She is not one to disobey. She commands many in this city now. Nerissa and you question the swordsman at length, but can get little more out of him. He seems confused at times, and when you press him about the Good Lady, he only rambles about her eyes and terrible beauty. And then Nerissa clobbers him over the head with her mace. Why? You stammer. No time has been wasted, she says. He is not dead, or at least killing him was not my intention. She bends down and checks his pulse. She then pulls a rope from her pack and begins binding him. I will remove my helm and wear your cloak over my armor. You will pretend to pull me to the temple as though to feed me to whatever it is that lies beyond those doors, and we will enter this. She holds up the earplugs. Continue. Soon you have a rope around Nerisa's neck and are pulling her up to the temple doors. Her hands are clasped behind her, hidden under your cloak that she now wears. You look all around in search of danger but can hear very little, thanks to those rather effective earplugs. The doors open as you approach. Once inside, you quickly pull off her noose and exchange her helm for her cloak. The temple entrance chamber has high, ornate, vaulted ceilings. These are statues of all manner of beasts inlaid in the walls, and to your amazement, the bodies of these statues burn bright with green fire. Oh, we did this before. On the floor, a few paces ahead, is what looks like a mangled cigarette. Yeah. Faintly through the wax in your ears, you can hear singing. It is beautiful, and yet there are raspy undertones that send chills down your spine. Looking over toward the source of the sound, you see three monsters take flight from a ledge built into the wall ahead. Yeah. Them harpies are evil. The monsters soar up into the air using mottled bird wings. Their upper bodies are of human women, mostly naked and smudged with blood and grime. Their lower bodies resemble vultures with large cruel talons. As they sing, you can see the glint of sharp teeth. They begin a slow circling descent. The one in the lead has a long dagger clenched in one fist. Harpies, cunning and dangerous predators, you realize. See, cast sleep, pretend you're enchanted. No, if I pretend I'm enchanted, I'm gonna die. Use this. I feel like they're too agile for a fireballs. Let's do this first. Yeah, not enough. Yeah, let's cast sleep. Did I? Oh, super crashing move. Dang, such domination. That's such domination. Domination, yeah. Points plus 3. Okay. Nice work. You have achieved 16% of the points possible in the Wizard's Choice series. Feedback so far, or at least you have done something. However, this number is unimpressed. Okay, chill. The Harpies are high in the air, and so how can you resist casting sleep on them? To your delight, all three succumb to your spell and plummet to the marble floor. One of them, awakened by the impact, screeches in pain while struggling to stand. Her left wing beats furiously. Her right is bent and hang limp. Nerissa charges and slams her mace into the wounded Harpy's face, silencing it. The other two wounded monsters do not even stand up before Nerissa finishes them off. Such power, wizard! Nerissa smiles upon you as though awestruck. That was rather impressive, you think to yourself, although you are careful not to say this out loud. There is no need. Yeah, because I feel like if I use the firebolt, some of them might dodge the magic attack. Like these harpies are really agile, so sleep spell works. You and Nerissa take a moment to recover and survey your surroundings. Up there, Nerissa points up at the stone arcs. A nest for this beast, perhaps? In a crook where the stone arc juts away from The main wall, there is a tangle of straw illuminated by the green burning statues. Do you see that? Two legs bound together dangle from the nest. I saw them move, says Narissa. It cannot be a harpy, for they haven't human legs, you say. A captive of the beast? Please, you must climb up and see, Narissa urges. Must I? You wonder. Psst, you hiss up at the nest high above. You see the legs sway as though in response, although you hear nothing. We mustn't shout in here, Nerissa warns. See the stairs to the upper floor? There may be more beasts above. As the captive's legs are bound, so is he likely gagged? At least climb half the distance and then call it up. Call up. Psst, you hiss again. Dimly you hear help from above in the raspy voice. Climb, Nerissa whispers. You consider the stone art. It is so heavy inlaid with patterns and figures that you suppose that even an unskilled climber such as yourself could manage it. If you sleep, you have a simple feather fall spell that will allow you to land safely. Thankfully, the climbing is easy. You step on the stone head of the manticore, grab the arm of the wood nymph, and so on until you reach the nest. You are greeted with an awful sight as you topple over the ledge of the straw. Next to you is a bound old man, or at least what is left of him. His eyes are gone, merely little black pits. He has no left arm, and only half of his arm remains. Perhaps most disturbing of all is his lack of genitals. Oh man, jeez. Gods, you gasp. Humans, you're human. I cannot see, the old man says. Yes, you whisper. Neville's God, what has happened to you? I am old. The winged devil used me only to snack on when they have nothing better. Except for my eyes. Those they fought over. I have a rope. I will tie this around you and... No, he interrupts. There is nothing left for me. They took my sight, my arms, my manhood. No! I will ask you to kill me. Slit my throat. They tied me in place so I cannot even roll off to my death. I cannot. There is time for nothing else. They will return. We have slain 3 of them, you see. There are more. Before they took my eyes, I saw more than 1,000. They left this place to do the bidding of their mistress. You have met this mistress? You ask. Never. Thank the gods. The winged devil call her the good lady. I shudder to think of what manner of peace could commence such evil. You put a reassuring hand on his thumbs. This is all I know. Be thankful that they spared my lips and tongues long enough to tell you that much. Hurry away now and get aid to slay the rest of them. But first, I beg of you, if you have any pity, please kill me. Oh my god, man. Like, I don't think we can rescue him. Like, yeah, it's mercy killing. Should we mercy kill him? Wait, let's see if I have more. I don't have anything. Yeah, let's just mercy kill him, I guess. You consider cutting the rope that ties him to the nest to enable the old man to make the final choice, but decide instead to spare him this final anguish. You pull out your dagger and, without a word, slits his throat from ear to ear. I hope Narisa can understand what I did. Quickly you tie the rope off and rappel down as fast as you can. Narisa comes out from behind a pillar where she had been hiding and asks you what you saw. A dead man, you reply. Just then you hear the flap of wings above accompanied by voices and cackling. More harpies! Hurry! You exclaim. You ran down the entrance chamber. As you ran, you notice that the cackling suddenly stops. There is a pause, and then screams of anguish fill your ears. They must have found their sisters, you think. You ran to a pair of double doors covered with bloody symbols that look familiar and fill you with a sense of dread. Nevertheless, you dare not delay and, without so much as a pause, you open the doors. Upon slamming the door behind the two of you are in complete darkness. You hear Narisa's voice as she utters a brief prayer, and then the room lights up when the head of her mace begins burning bright white. The doors have no locks or any braces to bar them. The blood-scrawled symbols are on the side of the door, too. And now you remember why. I have seen this before, you whisper, pointing to the symbols. I believe it is a ward used as a barrier to spirits, to demons perhaps. Is the barrier to keep spirits in or out? I suspect the one in Castle Inverness was to keep them in, you answer. There are screeches on the other side of the door. These doors are not locked, yet they do not follow. A bad sign? I should think, Narisa says. Even still, we dare not stand here. Let us move on. Perhaps you should douse the light. It is like the sun, you say. This is the light of Aladia, not some mundane torch, says Narisa. Yes, and I suspect it is also a beacon to those who would harm us. We might be wise to use a hooded lantern to guide our way. It is said that evil spirits find the light of Lydia most unpleasant. Perhaps they will not approach. Unpleasant? A spirit from the abyss knows no comfort. Perhaps your light will only provoke them, you say. Nerissa shrugs. I leave it to your decision, wizard. You have seen these symbols before and perhaps know what lies ahead, what they do. Oh my god, another decision, man! Okay, let's see. Yeah, I have a point with the light, concern about the light attracting the demons or whatever, but yeah, keeping the light on might be, since it is the light of Aladia. Should we go stealth? You know what? I think there are still beings. Let's just keep the light on. As there is no light down here, I presume anything that resides in this place will have no trouble finding us in the dark anyway. Keep your holy light burning, cleric. Oh, I should have used the voice. You say. She nods. Keep close to me. Gladly. You do as you are told, and as the two of you walk forward, your hips occasionally brushing up against each other. Oh, come on, man. This is not the time. Like the entrance chamber you just left, these halls are carved underneath. There are many doors. Nevertheless, you keep walking straight down the main hall. Suddenly, you hear low voices. They are in a language you do not understand. You look around and see something dark coming just within the reach of Narisa's light. and then fly away. Then you see another, and then a third. As I feared, demons, like the one in Castle Inverness, he whispered. Keep moving, the light of a lady will not last long, Nerissa says. What do you see? What do you see? Comes a deep voice from the shadows ahead. I am Sorrento, the cunning. I was born before the day your sun rose for the first time. I offer you knowledge. Demons mix lies with truth. Ignore them, Nerissa says, and clasps your hand in hers. She quickens the pace. You cannot survive here. You are too weak, another voice says. I am Farnellis, the indomitable. I offer you power. Do not, oh yeah. Do not listen to these slaves, says yet another. I am Delvac, the chaotic. I serve no master and therefore serve no enemy of yours. Other voices join this. Other voices join this. Some of them calling you by name, and all of them offering their services. You wonder if it would hurt to ask them a question or two. If they do mix truth with lies, you may still be able to sort the truth from the falsehood. You could certainly use some information. Yeah, they're demons, but okay. So ask a few questions or ignore the demons. Come on. Should we ask? 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 Okay, I have like 8 or 7 more lack. How many do I have? 6? Yeah, 6. Maybe it's wise to... Yeah. Nope, ignore them. And Fine. You ignore the shadows as they hiss and shatter around you. Always just out of full view of the light. Of course, you are not sure where you're... Oh, you should have asked. Fine. Fine. You came here to destroy and rule. But at this point, you'd settle for an exit before Neris's spells exhaust itself. Oh yeah, that's another factor about my decision. For my decision. Running out of time, basically. And so the two of you ran down hallways, opened doors, and quickly explored rooms. Closing doors does not stop the demons. They either open the doors or, in the case when you lock the door behind you, your magical key. The shadowy bodies seep through the cracks. Oh shit. It would be best to find a warded portal to exit, such that these fiends may not follow, you say. At one point, you find yourself in the kitchen with a large cooking fireplace. You pick up the chimney and see light. As you wonder how you might climb up, you feel a blow to your back. You spin around to find all forms of kitchenware hurling through the air. Nerissa shouts as she's pelted by a large brass goblet. A pan strikes you in the groin. Ouch, come on, man. Anywhere but there. Or the face. Forcing you to curl up in pain and fall backward into the lit fireplace. Come on. Levels! Ah! He groaned. Now knives are coming. Several hit you handle first, while one sinks into your arm. More of the same rain down. There is laughter from the shadows beyond. Although unable to approach the light fully themselves, evidently they can hurl objects. Not fair, man, not fair. Must get out, You stammer as you pick yourself up and run out the door. Your arms wrap around your head for protection. Nerissa follows and you both make it out. Down another hallway you run. The light of Lady is dimming. Not that way, mortal fool. There lies the crypt. One of the demon booms from behind. You do not heed the warning. In fact, it only gives you more hope. As you continue down the hall, you notice the light of Valadia is beginning to fade. Meanwhile, the demon shadows around you are beginning to close in. You quicken your pace. Down a short stairway made of cemented bones, you go, at the bottom of which is a set of double doors covered with now familiar blood-written infernal symbols. The light of Valadia is almost gone, so without hesitation you pull on the double doors. Like a surge of panic rushes through you. You haven't much time. Let's just lighting. Boom! The thunder is deafening as a blue ball shoots from your finger and strike the door, ripping it to shreds. Quickly, you and Arisa leap through the threshold and begin running down the stairs on the other side. Free! Ha ha ha! The demon sings as inky apparitions stream in after you. Guys, I just destroyed the ward that imprisoned. Oh my god. You realize the light of Lydia extinguishes before you make it to the end of the stairway. The last thing you hear is a jubilant hissing and laughter in the dark. Okay. Oh man, I just freed them. Okay. Search for a key. Okay. So yeah, we reach another checkpoint. Oh, okay, no, the checkpoint, but my life, I'm only down to one life point, and that sucks. Basically, that really sucks. So yeah, we're gonna continue this again next time, and defeated some harpies, but we ran into some demons that basically just destroying us, throwing, hitting us on our groin, throwing kitchenware. But yeah, we need to escape from this labyrinth of darkness with evil demons whispering on our ears. So yeah, but we'll continue this next time. Please leave a like and please subscribe. So for now, goodbye.